Burma, what's a podcast? What's a podcast? Episode 97. What's a podcast? It's a new day, new beginnings on the horizon. DJ Jerome Bacon III. I am here along with my guy, always available, hashtag Streetwear Eddie.
What up, what up?
And Don't Charge Abdul.
1997 was a great year.
Yes,
1997 was a great year. It's a great song by Dom Kennedy. Make sure you check it out.
Amazing
But
year.
nevertheless, before we get into it, do remember you can listen to What's a Podcast on all of the platforms where podcasts stream at, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, etc. You can listen to our back archive at whatsapodcast.live.
Go check that archive out, man. The archive is deep.
Yes,
Pause.
sir. And you can also check us out. You can also check us out at on YouTube at What's a Podcast. Just give us a good search on YouTube. We should be the first comments. I mean, the first search that comes up. So check us out. We're growing.
The algorithm is working in our favor, dog.
bullshit.
You know what I'm saying?
We've got an overlay on we've got just so many more things for the channel that you should just definitely be tapped in and be ready to rock. So
Listen, the infrastructure is growing daily.
the infrastructure is growing. We're in a good space. Everybody is
We're out here popping.
do it over there because it just fell.
Jerome's daughter is part of the podcast. I see in the back.
Yeah, she's doing her thing. There's no school, pretty much.
Right.
There's been no school, so she's hanging out. She's
Don't get to see my annoying classmates.
There we go.
You don't get to see her annoying classmates, is what she said.
Man.
She's learned the game early, people. She's learned the game early. But you know what I'm saying? Just between the last few the last week since we reconvened, it's a lot going on. But obviously, we're on the eve of a big change here in America. We know we have worldwide listeners, but here in America, inauguration is tomorrow.
Yep.
And so by the time you hear this, we will have a new president and a new first lady.
Actually, 45's last day was today. So technically, he's done. He's done with his responsibilities as president of the United States.
He sent a 20-minute address in which he did not name
Pre-recorded
20-minute address where he did not name the new president and vice president, but he just welcomed the new administration. He said he wished them good luck. I believe he's leaving 8 a.m. tomorrow from Camp David or Camp Andrew, one of those two.
Joint Base Andrew.
And he's hoping for a 21-gun salute.
That's not happening.
That's not going to happen. And he's also, they said that they sent up to 500 invites for the send-off, but they're pretty sure that crowd's not going to materialize. One, because it's cold. Two, because it's so early. And three, because he is leaving office as the most unpopular president ever.
In the history.
And his wife is leaving as one of the most unpopular first ladies ever as well. Yes.
He's terrible.
So,
he's out of here.
I'm not sure if they said where he's going, though. Did they
He's going to
Florida.
Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah, he's out of here. New York City doesn't want him. Nobody wants him. He's going to go hang out in Mar-a-Lago and
They don't
just
even
be
want him
mad.
down there.
Nah.
they don't.
He just owns a spot, so they can't tell him nothing.
Man, what a terrible, terrible human being. But I'm so glad this shit is over, man.
Yeah.
I'm so glad it's over.
How
been
long?
a-
How long before you think the city gets back to normal, though?
Yo, for those of you that are not in Washington, D.C., our city is in complete gridlock. Every street is blocked off, not just to cars, but you can't even walk downtown,
Yeah, you
dog.
can't walk down. Have you been by like 14th Street and all that?
14th Street, yeah, I've been there today. You can actually go down there.
Well, hold
but
on. But if you go to like 14th and K area,
Yeah,
by
no.
where the park is, they have like one of those like checkpoints set up where if you walking through, they have like a
Yep.
fucking like checkpoint. Yo, it's crazy.
Yeah, you got to show your credentials and show that you're. I don't know what they look for actually. What do you have to show?
You have to prove that you have a reason to be around there. Like some people live over there, so like if you live there, you got to be able to get home.
Yeah, because I normally go running down there by the monuments, and 66 comes right into Constitution Avenue. Sorry,
That's
we're gonna
shut
get
down.
we're gonna get into some DC talk here, so the locals will understand, but the rest of you can Just listen to us. But yeah, 66 comes right into Constitution Avenue. The shit is blocked off right there. But they did let some cars through. You got to show them, like, I don't know, a government ID
Yeah.
or something like
Yeah.
that to show them that you have some sort of business in
Yeah.
the White House or something like that. But every other car was turned around. And then I couldn't even go running. You can't even run down there. I got
Yeah.
turned around and they made me cross Memorial Bridge into VA. So
Wow.
yeah, I mean, I think the security threat has been raised, especially because of the fuck up of law enforcement last week on January 6th when the domestic terrorists took over and stormed the Capitol. I think they've raised all alerts because of that. But in all honesty, I don't think those guys are coming back, man. I think they've understood that they won't even be able to move an inch in this city because of all the stuff that's locked down and how severely it's been locked down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do worry that now that the federal land here in Washington D.C. has been locked down, it leaves a lot of state capitals to be open. And I was reading somewhere that those are now vulnerable to some sort of attacks or storms, like people storming the local state capitals of their states. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
I mean, speaking of local state capitals, Mel D. Cole, who we
Yep.
spoke about
Saw
so
that.
eloquently last week, he was in Richmond, Virginia yesterday, or will be Monday when this comes out. And there were Proud Boys, there were the new Black Panther Party, a couple individuals operating solo.
Yeah.
The Proud Boys were looking for the Capitol. They didn't know where the Capitol was. He actually took a photo, and the caption is, "These guys have a direct line of sight to the Capitol, but didn't know what it was." Like, they were looking at it, but just didn't know that that was the Capitol. You know what I'm saying? So I think I don't know if we'll see a whole lot of funk. I mean, we will see some things across the country because some people are going to be very reckless in what they do, but I think tomorrow is the day you don't want to act a fool. You really don't want to now, but at this point, we've seen the arrests come across the country. Every day they're arresting somebody new. In relation to the Capitol riots, there was a 22-year-old woman who, got turned in by her ex-boyfriend because he saw her and he was just like,
Oh, that's the broad that stole Nancy Pelosi's laptop.
yeah.
She's
Her boyfriend snitched her out.
yeah,
her
her ex-boyfriend
Oh, he got some. He
Ex-boyfriend-
got some money. He got some
Her
money.
no, her ex-boyfriend from junior high.
from middle school. Yeah,
Oh, damn.
yeah. He saw her and was like, "Oh yeah, I know that bitch,"
Yeah.
and ratted her out, which is awesome. I'm glad to hear that.
I hope he got some money.
I don't know, but apparently she stole the laptop and was gonna try to sell it to the Russians or something like that. So
Yeah, no, absolutely.
She's gonna get hemmed up on espionage charges and all
Yeah.
kinds of federal shit. So
She had
she's
like a friend who lives in Russia that was going to sell it for her to spies.
what a donkey. So
Yeah.
listen, donkeys get what they got coming, man. So I think she's an idiot, and I hope she got everything that they slap her with the full extent of the law. You know,
You're not gonna see or hear for her for a very, very long time.
I don't know if I believe that, man. I don't know if I believe that because
she's gonna get away with it.
Yeah, because there was the one dude that like pulled up to a checkpoint that had like a loaded gun in his car and like 500 rounds
Yeah.
of ammunition. They let him go.
No, they didn't.
They let him go.
he was a security guard or something like that.
No, he was a security guard from like an hour away from here in like Front Royal or something, and
Yeah.
he thought he had a fake fucking press pass.
Yeah, but I saw the story from an ABC. That's what I'm saying. It was security. Something happened.
I'm
with
just
it,
saying,
but-
Jerome, if you get caught with a gun and 500 rounds of ammo, they're not letting you go.
Nah, that's not happening. I don't give a fuck if you're there
I'm just
for
saying.
a real reason.
I'm
they,
just
they
saying.
let they let him go. I mean, it is what it
Yeah,
is, man.
Because
we can't.
because they didn't think that he was a threat.
Yeah, I'm not a threat. Like my knee still hurts, bro. I'm not.
I
A
know.
threat. I'm
but
not hurting
just-
nobody
I'm
out
just,
here.
I'm just saying, man. You get pulled over.
Listen, the
after-
color of your skin is a threat, man.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I mean, unfortunately, that is true, and I do believe that. And in this particular instance, this guy was able to get away. We don't know the full extent of what happened, but it is what it is, right? So, as it stands, DC is still very gridlocked. We were down. We were not downtown. But we were on. We were at the new shop yesterday, and I'd never seen 14th Street that dead before at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock on a Monday. Like
That's
it was
crazy.
legitimately.
Yeah. I mean, it was also a federal holiday too. Not to.
It was a federal holiday, yeah, but it was just like it just was like, man, it's gonna be. It was a lot going down. It was just really quiet out there. You know what I mean? I think it took Tom like 4 minutes to drop me off, which is crazy, all
Yeah.
things considered.
I miss like the first inauguration. Remember 2008? Well, that would be 2009 when President Obama first got elected. How insane of a weekend that was,
That
man.
shit was crazy, man.
That shit was amazing.
Yeah.
One of the best weekends of my life. I mean, partying wise, going out, celebrating, all that shit. It was just a really, really joyous occasion, man.
Yeah.
I think if you were outside that weekend, you did nothing but have the time of your life. My mother flew in. I think I DJ'd 16 parties in 4 days. We had the amazing in-store at Stussy. The Stussy
Is that
Ninth
where the-
Wonder.
Ninth Wonder. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it
David
with
Banner.
Bun B was there too?
Bun B
Bun
was
B,
there.
yeah, I remember that.
Charles Hamilton.
Charles Hamilton.
Like that was the best in store we ever had.
that shit was
that
crazy.
place was gonna break. I'd
Yeah,
never
for
seen
sure.
that many people
That shit
in
was
there
crazy.
before. And just that whole weekend. And I was trying to tell somebody on Twitch yesterday, like, that's one of the positives that DC DJs usually get is you get that, when the incoming administration has their mind right, you come up, you literally get like week. I mean, dude, there would be so many events that would have been taking place this entire week had things been, in a better place. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. But I think that we will never know, and we just got to look forward to just the administration coming in. There's a lot on the table that they're supposedly he's gonna get it cracking ASAP. I think 87 executive orders are on deck to just sort of get rid of some of Trump's doing.
Good.
Rejoin the Paris climate accord.
Oh yeah,
and-
that treaty. Yeah.
yeah, and just a bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? A bunch of stuff. And, so it's a good look. Kamala's got Howard University's band involved with, what are they introducing her? Are they marching her?
I
What's
think they're
the-
marching her along with Biden's alma mater's band, which I think he went to University of Delaware. So the two bands from Howard University as well as University of Delaware are going to be leading Vice President Kamala Harris as well as Joe Biden in the. I don't even know if it's a real parade or if it's a virtual parade or it's just them.
I mean, I think it's
obviously,
both. It's like a
yeah.
real
it's,
virtual
I think it's
parade.
going to be a small thing. It's not obviously not open to the public, so it's probably just going to be them going from the Capitol back to the White House or the other way. I'm not sure, but we'll be watching that shit on TV, man. I'm excited. Joe Biden has already setting records, and he hasn't even come into office yet. This is supposedly the most racially diverse cabinet in the history of the United States. At I think what they say, like 52% or some shit, 50% of the people in the cabinet are like people of color. President Obama was at 42%. So, I'm hoping everybody does get approved because I think they get nominated and then, it has to go through the whole approval process. But I think this is about to be a new America, dog. Like, we're about to see some representation of our own people in places of power and places where they can make real decisions, police reform and things like that, equal justice, police brutality. All these things can really impact how the lives of people of color. So I'm hoping all of this really does happen, man.
Yeah, I mean, I think with
Fingers crossed.
50%, 52%, again, I think the bottom line is they got to get it done. Like, people have been screaming everything. We got the Senate, we got the House, we got everything, Congress, all that. We got to get it done. You know what I mean? So we got to apply pressure and make them work for us as we never, as we had never done before. You know what I'm saying? And that's no knock on Biden. That's not saying he's not going to get it done, but I think he put Bernie in a nice position.
Bernie's in the cabinet?
Yeah, he's in the budget committee chairman. So
Okay.
he's so
Oh, that's fire.
so Bernie's in a good place. You know what I mean? I'd love to see Maxine Waters in something. If they can get her situated.
Stacey Abrams, I would love to
Stacey
see
Abrams,
her.
yeah, that would be dope. And just in terms of just seeing, I'd love to see people of color. Obviously, we have some African American representation, but more Latino representation, Asians. You know what I'm saying? Because yes, we understand that the fight for like African Americans have been fighting for a long time, but it's a lot of people who are in need of justice right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're supposed to put in a sweeping immigration. They're going to change all the immigration stuff because Trump went out today like crazy. Like I don't know if you guys saw some of the. It wasn't the pardons, but some of the last minute changes he made. He said that you can discriminate. You can discriminate for like a couple trying to adopt a child.
A
made it-
same-sex couple.
Yeah, he made it that you can discriminate on the basis of their sex. You can
Wow.
discriminate. You can discriminate homeless children. Like so, if a child comes to a shelter, and if they're queer, you could discriminate against them.
Wow.
I don't even understand this shit.
He just
What
listen.
the fuck?
Like,
he
why does
knows
he care?
because he's evil dude, and he knows that maybe
He is evil.
it might make his base happy for one night that he got XYZ pushed through. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, obviously, Biden's people are keeping tabs on this, so none of this stuff is going to stick.
I mean,
He's
how
gonna
could
reverse
it?
that shit tomorrow. As
Yeah,
quickly as it got signed by Trump, it's gonna get unsigned by Biden.
Who was he pardoning? I know he had like a long list of people to pardon.
I don't know if the pardons went through. I don't know if the Lil Wayne got pardoned. You know what I'm saying? Like the joke was that Lil Wayne was supposed to get a pardon, but I haven't heard anything. I haven't
And
gotten
Joe
it.
Exotic. The other joke was Joe Exotic from the Netflix special was
But is
supposed
that
to
real?
get,
Is that real?
was supposed to get pardoned. Nah, I don't think so. Nah, it's not real. I'm pretty sure it's
is
not
Lil
real.
Wayne real?
No. I don't.
No,
well,
the
rumor was that he was supposed to get pardoned, but I don't think it's happened.
Yeah.
Did Trump pardon himself?
I don't think
No.
you can. I don't think you can
Okay,
pardon
good.
yourself.
no.
Okay, that was
because,
a thing that they were talking
Yeah.
about, that he might do that.
But remember, they said that would open him up to so many
Right,
civil
right,
suits.
right.
that-
That's like admission of guilt too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, we'll see what happens with Trump. We'll see what what becomes of his base. You know what I mean? I mean, people are stoking a lot of fear. It's just. I think you need to know that those people are very real now, and that the potential for them to do something very stupid is very high.
Well, I mean,
So,
how do you think the next 4 years is going to look? You know.
I think those people, if you can minimize their voice and if you do what you're supposed to do, if he cashes in on all these promises, if you minimize their voice, then you'll be good to go. They need to put in some sort of reform against, like they need to censor like the YouTubes and not YouTube, piece of YouTube, but like the Facebooks and that
Just all the
Parler.
social platforms.
Yeah, that Parler forum is back online now. They routed their servers through like Russia now. You know what I mean? So you need to find ways to just lessen
Shut 'em down.
just lessen the disinformation, because people are just out here really like wilding out with what they believe, and it's like, bro, you're 62 years old. Like,
Yeah. Well,
how do y'all believe some of this stuff?
I mean, you saw a lot of them motherfuckers just lost their jobs and all kinds of shit, pensions, all that shit, or got arrested because they were part of storming the Capitol last week and showing this shit off on social media. But I mean, these are everyday people, dog. Like people we run into in our everyday lives, from cops, firefighters, teachers, state lawmakers, and all these people. But it's been crazy that they've all been getting turned in, like by their own coworkers and their own friends have turned them in. Like never in the history of the police force have I ever heard of the police ratting on their own. And now it's coming out that even local police forces who have been doing their own investigation and keeping an eye on who was attending that protest or attempted coup, really, are firing police officers and bringing them up on charges for storming the Capitol.
Well, that's
So-
because all those they were like assaulting all those Capitol police officers and stuff too. So like
Yeah, I mean,
you can't be
I mean, they beat that man with a flag. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
They beat the one cop with a fire extinguisher. I think he's the one that died.
that's
It's ugly.
crazy.
It's ugly.
Yeah.
Listen, episode 97 was a podcast. On top of, what we just spoke about, the inauguration, Trump, the Capitol riots, et cetera, et cetera. It is still very real in these streets. COVID, we have now passed 400,000 deaths in the United States.
That's crazy.
It's gotten to the point where they've had to open up more appointments for vaccinations. My mother is the recipient of one of those appointments. So, whereas before she wasn't sure when she was going to get a vaccination, she's less than 30 days. Both her and my father are less than 30 days
From getting
from getting the first shot. Yeah. Arizona is so crazy. They had to open up the football stadium and the parking lot of the football stadium, and it's pretty much a drive-through situation.
That's tight.
So anybody in the car, 65 and older, makes an appointment, and you just pull up. Here's my social or whatever. Here's my name.
Yeah.
They hit you in the arm, and then if you're a caregiver, so we're trying to slide my brother in there so he can get the shot as well. And I just text my mom to see if it's Moderna or Pfizer. I'm not sure which one, but we'll see what happens with that. And I think as
I don't
it
think
is-
she'll find out till she actually gets it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what it is too is I think people just need to remember, like, it's still very real out there. It was very proud to see everybody Commonwealth. We moved yesterday, and I'd say everybody had their mask on for 90% of the time. Like, the only time masks weren't really on is when everybody was devouring Popeyes that they ordered for lunch. But other than that,
You
everybody.
got the chicken sandwich?
I didn't get anything. I did not get anything. I did
Jerome's
not
doing
get
the whole 30.
whole 30.
Jerome is on that diet shit, huh?
So you can't eat any. You couldn't eat anything, huh?
Nothing. Yeah, no, nothing.
Nothing
Wait,
for Popeyes.
so you don't get to eat anything, or what
There's
is
no
it?
nothing on the Popeyes menu. I wanted to get the grilled tenders, but I can't. They didn't have them. You know what I
Why
mean?
you can't
So,
eat anything fried?
nothing fried. You can't do any. You can't do any of the beans. So, like, I couldn't do the red beans. Definitely can't
Why?
do
Why
rice.
can't you do beans?
It's just part of the diet. There's just what you
I don't
can't
That's
think.
do.
I don't
crazy.
think you should eat anything at Popeyes if you're on any type of diet.
Yo, I would
No.
eat that. I would eat that skin, man. Just give me the skin. I gotta
That's
make a
what-
sandwich out of the skin.
That's what he's definitely can't eat.
Definitely do
Popeyes, that's a good idea, man. Just make a sandwich out of the skin, like the
Some place
fried
does
skin.
that. Some place
who
does that. I forget who does it. Some place does it.
I think that's my idea, Jerome. I don't think
I
anybody
think
does that.
I think Bojangles does it. I don't know. We'll see.
I gotta try the sandwich.
But
Popeye sandwich.
Nah, the
Bojangles.
skin sandwich.
Yo, I went to Roman Rooster.
Oh,
That
how
shit
was it?
That shit was fire.
oh, you on U Street?
Yeah, that shit.
Oh
was
yeah,
fire.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
crack.
yeah.
That was
Nah,
my
Roman
first time.
Rooster might be the best chicken sandwich in DC. They might hold the crown. Them and Yums.
I think they got it.
Yeah. Did you get the spicy Nashville
Spicy.
hot?
Yep.
Yeah, Nashville hot is official.
It was my only gripe. It was a little small.
Really?
The sandwich. I,
Really?
felt,
I
I
didn't
the
think
sandwich
that.
was.
Nah,
felt
I
the
didn't think
sandwich
so.
was little.
Did they give
I
you
didn't
two
think that.
patties? It
I
was
don't
two
know.
patties in there,
I
right?
don't know. It was like
Yeah,
that,
should have
that
been.
nice.
It should have been two
Oh,
patties.
man.
Yeah.
You might have. They might have done you
Got you.
unjustly.
Or I was really hungry and it was the two patties wasn't enough.
That's true too.
Yo, never. If you live in DC, make sure you go to Roman Rooster. It's good. But
Roman
yeah, man,
Rooster, support the show, man. Sponsor the podcast. You heard?
Keep your mask on. If you get 1 shot, 2 shots, 0 shots, wear your mask.
Yeah.
We're trying to get back outside. We need to do that, man. I think DC is doing pretty well. I know they extended the not able to eat indoors as a result of inauguration, so they're supposed to re-examine it and make an announcement on Monday, this upcoming Monday.
I would
And-
like them to open something up or just kind of see the city go back to normal with all these once the National Guard goes away, man.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
I need the roads open back up so I can go back on my running shit.
Yeah, I mean, so you haven't been able to. So that means Haynes Point has been closed, or what?
Haynes Point is closed, bro.
Yeah, I can
Haynes
believe
Point
it.
is closed.
I figured it was a nice day, and I think I saw all the bikers heading north, and I was like, oh, you guys, all the cyclists were heading north, and I'm like, oh, you guys can't go to Haynes Point, so you must be just
Yeah.
gonna run that Rock Creek Park joint beach
And
drive.
that, you know what? The Rock Creek joint is not bad because I actually went there this morning for a run. But it's just it's hilly. You know what I mean? And
Oh
Haynes
yeah.
Point is nice and flat and
Flat.
consistent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I like that. I've just kind of got used to that shit. So getting up to like a place that's a little bit hilly and it's challenging now. I just got soft, really. That's really what it is.
When you're on Beach Drive, how far do you go?
I start right where Beach Drive and Blagden Avenue start, like right
Right.
there.
Yeah.
And then I take that. I mean, I've gone all the way to East West Highway
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
and turned around. East West Highway is almost 6 miles. It's about 5 miles, 5 3/4 miles from where I start one way, and then I can turn back and come back. But yeah, so you end up doing like a nice 11, almost a little bit under 12-mile run right there. But I mean, obviously, I haven't done that shit in a long time. I'm used to Haynes Point now. Like that's my go-to spot.
Rome, you been out on the bike?
Yeah, Bella and I did 5 miles the other day. It was
Okay.
fantastic. Yeah.
On Beach Drive or just
No.
around the city?
In the streets, we took we went to like through Adams Morgan, hit 15th Street, just kind of got caught up in DuPont. We was just around. We was in the streets, you know what I mean? And then like
Is she good on a bike, like in the streets?
yeah, she's good. She's
That's
good.
dope.
You know what I mean? Yeah, she's good. So she's got a new bike with gears now. So we're just
Okay.
getting that
She's
situated. Moving. So
Yeah.
but it's good, man. I like to, that was my first ride of the year, so I need to get back out again.
Dope. I was thinking about
because
taking the bike out tomorrow and just going downtown and seeing what's going on.
as far as they let you go,
Yeah,
what I mean?
as
They
far
won't
as,
let
you
you
know.
get past K Street.
Yeah, I think Kay
Yeah,
is
I
it.
mean that's cool. I can hang out at K Street, maybe buy a T-shirt or something. You know what I'm saying?
They shut all them. I think
I'm
they're
about
all
to say
shut
that
down.
I think they had to shut them down.
Yeah.
No, but they could be on the other side of the street though.
I
They
don't.
could
I
be
don't.
on
I don't.
on the
I don't
on the
think that-
north side of K Street.
I don't think they're there, to be honest with you. And I think there's like Humvees parked on every street and every alley.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I don't know.
Yeah,
Mm.
they can't
Listen,
shut the vendors
You
down though.
you haven't been down there, huh, Jerome?
No, I haven't been
It's,
below.
it's crazy, man.
yeah,
I haven't been below like Swan Street. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just ain't no reason to go down there, bro. Like it is what it is. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like
I'm gonna treat myself to some yums tomorrow. We're gonna go celebrate at Yums.
yeah. I mean that's close
Chicken
enough.
sandwich.
Chicken sandwich, some fries, well done, salt, pepper, ketchup, mustard, and mambo sauce.
So listen,
You
we're
know what I'm
speaking
saying?
of we're speaking
Wow.
of food that I can't eat right now, and you're wilding out right now. You're really going
Jerome,
for
but you
gusto.
weren't eating chicken sandwiches from Yums anyways.
Nah, chill. So my man Lex is an avid listener of the show.
Shout
my
out
man-
to Lex Bubble.
You know what I'm saying?
The God.
Lex is the homie from New York, and he basically was like, "Yo, like, time to get right. Birthday's coming up, et cetera, et cetera. I'm about to jump in this whole 30." Lex is already pretty healthy. He doesn't eat I think he only eats fish, maybe. If
Yeah.
not, he's straight veggie. And he was like, "What's good?" I said, "Man, let's do it, bro." Like it was no hesitation on my part. So we're in the second day of whole 30, slight headache. You know what I mean? A little bit of a sugar probably withdrawal. Perfect. Yeah, exactly. Thanks
You
for
haven't
catching
been
me.
drinking your Cokes and Sprites or whatever you drink.
I usually get a good Sprite in. I didn't do it. So, but the seltzer water's been holding me
I
down.
usually get a good Sprite in.
Hey, man. Good Sprite to change your day. You
Listen,
know what I mean?
there's nothing like a cold Sprite.
Okay.
There's nothing like it. That
Let the
burn in
people
your
know.
throat, pause.
Listen.
That shit is amazing. Listen,
Regular seltzer water do the same thing.
yeah, but it
does.
doesn't have that sugar though. Seltzer
just not
water doesn't
sweet.
have sugar.
It's just
I
not
hate
sweet.
seltzer water. I don't drink seltzer water.
Oh, I drink it.
I'm pretty upset. I'm pretty upset with myself too, though, because I can feel my body going through some changes, and I'm like, bro, I was doing way too much sugar consumption.
So this is all thanks to Lex? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, Lex.
That's
Lex
the
was just
narrative
like,
we're going with?
Yeah, Lex is my man though, so he was like, yo,
Yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying? Let's just rock out. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I need to get right. You know what I mean? Outside opens in a few months. Ordering my bike March 1st, so that drone
What are
bike
you
is
getting?
the 3rd. There's about a $2,000 Cannondale. You know what I mean? So, and I'm a lock
A
in.
road bike or mountain
Yeah,
bike.
road bike. Yeah, and I'm
Yeah,
about
yeah.
to go to the Rafa store in DC is closing. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to catch up. I'm gonna try to catch some sales and some
Word.
You know what I mean? Some gear. So
The Rafa store in Georgetown is closing.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. So
Shout out to
Yeah.
Lex, man. Shout out to Lex. The only guy I know that owns 47 Rolexes. If you're
Right.
nice to him, he might sell you one or something like that.
Yeah,
so
he
That's
definitely-
crazy.
listen, holla at him, Mr. Me Too 718.
Yeah. So I mean, other than that, episode 97, what's a podcast? We're here. Peace to everybody that's checking us out on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on YouTube.
Subscribe.
subscribe.
Smash that like button. You heard?
I feel like Abdul's been wanting to say that for
No bullshit.
since he started watching YouTube videos.
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button. 'Cause,
Yeah, that's the shit.
Yo, big shout out to Naomi.
That's the name of the
Osaka.
episode, actually.
Smash
That's the
that
name
like
of
button?
Yeah, smash that like button. Yeah.
That's a little long-winded, but we'll make it work.
All right. Naomi Osaka, what happened?
She is now a Tag Heuer ambassador.
Oh, speaking of watches.
Speaking of
Lex,
watches.
Lex already got that. He already got
Yeah,
that
so-
Tag Heuer watch.
Lex is not
yeah.
wearing no Tag Heuer.
Nah, he's not. Wait, where does Tag Heuer lay on like the whatchamacallit or watches? Is it Rolex? Is it up there or not?
Nah,
No.
not
No?
even close. Nah.
No.
Is it like on the same level as like Citizen or Seiko?
I think it's probably, I think it's a little bit like a step above that.
So we're
You're
talking
gonna spend a couple thousand. You probably spend like two,
Oh.
3,000.
thousands.
It's like
That's-
1,500,
that's-
1,500, 2,000.
Yeah, you probably get in one
That's
for like
pricey.
15.
I mean,
I mean,
a Seiko and
Rolex-
Citizen is like 100.
I mean, Rolex, you talking like, anywhere from like 10 to like.
Rolexes start at 10. I thought they started like 5 or something. I would just want
Nah,
the
they-
regular
they-
joint.
the regular joint's gonna be like 8,500.
Regular
10,000.
degular.
Yeah.
I got an
so
Apple
that's-
Watch, so
Yeah.
you know
Me
what I mean?
too.
It is what it is.
Me too.
I do have an
Watch.
Apple Watch. I have an Apple Watch Series 6. So that's pretty fire. And that was like $400 that my wife
But you
got
don't
me
even
for my
you don't-
birthday.
You don't even use half the stuff on there.
I do. I use it for running every day.
But do you like track your sleep and all that, and check your blood sugar and all
I
that?
can't sleep with a watch on, dog.
I
Yeah,
can't
I
sleep
don't-
with a
that's-
watch on either.
That's what all that new
Um,
stuff's about. Like it'll call 911 if your heart.
Really?
what I mean?
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
going to start doing it because I have a feeling I do have sleep apnea.
Oh, well then you need to sleep with it on one night. It'll track your watch. Do the knowledge.
Really?
Do the knowledge on like Google. Get your Google
It'll do
on,
your
and
blood
then-
blood oxygen level, like
Mhm.
heart rate.
Oh,
heart rate.
shit. My wife really wanted me to go to a sleep study, and I was like, yo, in the middle of COVID, dog, like, you're tripping. I'm not going.
You're like, I'm gonna move to the couch if you have a problem.
I'm not going to this sleep study. So now I can just have the Apple Watch on and use that as the sleep study.
So you
Yeah,
snore.
I
just look
do.
at it. Just
I
look
do
at it
snore.
tonight. Like do your Google, and if you look at the heart app and the
Yeah.
Apple Watch, you
Yeah,
can
I
link
see
up
the
and
heart
do the,
app.
and do the sleep joint.
joint is right there on your phone, man. I mean, on your watch.
Yeah. It's right
Oh,
there.
I'm about
You
to
set
I'm about to check it
you
out.
Set it up right from the watch.
Yeah, so peace to Naomi Osaka. She's a Tag Heuer ambassador.
Shout out to Naomi
Obviously
Osaka.
Coming off the Louis Vuitton
Last week,
ambassador.
that was that announcement. You know, she did the Louis shit last week, and today is Tag Heuer. Tomorrow, it's going to be something else.
Killing it.
I love
big
it.
things, big things. She's doing big things. Also, we want to give a super big rest in peace, happy birthday. Shout out to Mac Miller.
Yes,
Mac Miller,
of course.
Mac Miller obviously was an artist that many of us enjoyed. Everybody with the podcast and our listeners. You know, Mac was super dope, man. He was a
Yeah.
really well loved artist. I think his personality shines through, like in just the people that really celebrated him and
Yeah.
loved him and showed him respect. So we want to say happy birthday and rest
Happy
in peace to
birthday.
Mac Miller. Yeah, for sure. Of course, rest in peace, MF Doom. That's still heavy on our
Of
hearts
course,
as well.
of
yeah.
course.
You know, what I mean?
I think Mac Miller and what's my guy's name? Wiz Khalifa might have been single-handedly responsible for putting Pittsburgh on the map. Like nobody
Yes.
really checked for Pittsburgh before that.
correct.
You know what I'm saying? Who else has come out of Pittsburgh other than Andy Warhol?
Sam Snead.
Who's that?
Once again, it's the man with the master plan, something. And I think you better recognize. He was one of Dr. Dre's writers, producers.
Okay.
It's a banger. He wrote "Keep Your Heads Ringing." Ding.
Oh,
ding.
yeah, of course.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Sam
So he wrote
Snead.
that
Shout
for
out to
Dre.
Sam Snead. And he's from
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he's from Pittsburgh. yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, rest in peace to Mac Miller, man. He's
Oh,
definitely,
your man Geiger. He's from Pittsburgh, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's like today's generation.
Oh,
I
he's
mean,
new
I'm
school.
talking about, yeah, like I'm saying like You know what I'm saying? We already know what Pittsburgh is today. I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Mac and Wiz really put Pittsburgh on the map. Like, nobody
Yes, they
checked
did.
for it or heard about it before that. I remember driving through Pittsburgh once on my way to Chicago, and
There ain't shit up there.
I got depressed. I'll be
Yeah.
honest. I was depressed being out there. Like, just driving through it, it just was terrible.
I'm not gonna lie. That's how Baltimore was back in the day too, though.
Nah, Baltimore was amazing. Stop playing.
No, I'm not saying it wasn't amazing, but this shit was depressing out there. This shit was depressing out there.
Tom, put the gunshot right there.
Shout out to Silent Tom. Silent Tom is on the boards tonight. Yeah.
Just saying, though.
Nah, Baltimore.
If you don't know people, Abdul's from Baltimore, so that's why.
Yeah, but he's
Yeah.
not from the spot where it was depressing, though, man.
That was about 2 blocks away, but nevertheless, okay. Nevertheless, Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Man, one of my first out of
Shout
town
out to
gigs.
Pittsburgh.
One of my first out of town gigs was in Pittsburgh, and I drove up with little Omar and our homie Lorenzo, because Lorenzo was a photographer, a videographer. Shout out to my man Lorenzo.
How long ago was that?
This was 2010, 09, something like
Okay.
that. So I know Omar and I were working at Commonwealth because we had to drive. We left Pittsburgh at 8 in the morning and went right to the shop.
God.
We both had to open up that day, but we had a ball in Pittsburgh. We were at Shop 412. Shout out to them. Those dudes are good. My man Pete Butter was working.
Shout
at
out
the
to
time.
Pete Butter.
Yeah, he's doing it big in New York right
Yeah.
now.
Good for him, man.
And yeah, we had a ball in Pittsburgh, man. We went to, what's the spot? Primanti's. We went there, caught that's like the big sandwich that everybody eats up there in
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, and we got back to the hotel. I think it was 4. We were up at 7:30, and like it's the
Hit
worst
the
drive
road.
ever. It's the worst drive ever.
Yeah.
Like,
It's all through the mountains and shit, right?
yeah, it's all through the mountains, and just it was cold. And then we just pulled up in front of the shop, and I just remember Omar went to sleep for like 2 hours, and I was just
Yeah.
like, "This is terrible." And then when he woke up, I went to sleep for 2 hours, and then it was like, man, whatever.
I would
But,
love to go back to. We gotta make a trip out to Pittsburgh once COVID is over, because I would like to give it another shot. You talking about going there like 10, 11 years ago. I'm talking about going there in like this was 97 when I was there. Actually,
There were
episode
many-
97.
But
That's crazy.
I believe there were many places that were really depressing in
That's what I was gonna say. You don't think
Yeah,
Baltimore
yeah,
was
yeah.
fucked up in '97?
I mean, maybe.
I was going out
Maybe.
there. It was fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Pittsburgh was just like a ghost town, right?
Yeah.
There was like nothing. You know what I'm saying? Baltimore was
Shit was shut
depressing
down.
because it was a lot of poverty. Like
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, I didn't even get to see that. Everything just looked gray and gloomy. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Baltimore, of course, is depressing for other things. A lot of crime, things like that, and poverty and shit like that. So, yeah, but shout out to Pittsburgh, man. And,
Listen,
and
man,
rest,
shout out
rest,
to-
rest
shout
in
out to
peace to Mac
Baltimore,
Miller.
too.
Yeah, shout out to Baltimore, too.
though. Yeah, man. I think
Shout out to
you know,
Baltimore.
They
Listen,
definitely
we
on
got
the upswing.
something. We got something big coming through
Yeah.
for Baltimore. So check that out.
For sure.
Any trip that I get to go to Baltimore, we got to stop in and check my man Craig.
No, we're gonna make a day out of that. Like
Yeah,
the team, we gotta map it out. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna
Yeah,
make a
yeah.
day out of that movements down there.
Yeah, my man Craig got a spot. I found another spot out there too, though.
Let's do
Baltimore might have better food spots than DC.
Oh, man, let's
I
do
don't
it.
know.
Listen.
I'm ready.
Listen.
I mean, they got some different food spots, but then I don't know.
Lake
we
trout.
gotta get
Let's
out
go
there.
get some lake trout sandwiches, fish sandwiches. I hope
Yeah.
your diet is over by then, Rome.
It's not gonna be, but we'll make something happen. I can
You can have
day.
a cheat day. You can have a cheat day.
Yeah.
a cheat meal, not a day. But
Nah, you gotta cheat a whole
I'm doing
day,
salmon.
dog.
I'm doing salmon regardless. You feel what I'm saying?
All right.
Salmon. Nah, it's not even cheat meal because my man's restaurant is like soul food. So I could do salmon, sweet potatoes, and greens.
I thought you couldn't do sweet potatoes.
You can. I looked it up. You can do
Look at that. You just looked it up in the last 7 minutes.
No, 5 minutes ago, you were like, well, they got a lot of sugar in them and shit. I can't really do sweet potatoes.
This guy.
these guys
He
don't
just-
believe me.
He's bending the rules as he speaks.
It's okay, though, bro. It's okay, bro.
Hold on,
Yeah.
guys. Hold on.
As long as
guys.
you're not eating the fried chicken sandwich, you're good.
No,
you gotta
you can-
eat you gotta
you
eat the
can ask-
skin off the fried chicken.
Nah, you can ask Silent Tom. I definitely sat there as they devoured that food and was just like, of all days to start something new. It had to be
Everybody's
today.
eating that Popeyes.
Like of all days, they pick Popeyes.
And
like,
you know you love
Yeah.
Popeyes is the best.
I
That's
love
the
Popeyes. That
that's the
dirty rice
best-
from Popeyes is
best
really,
fried
really good.
chicken
Slept
ever.
on. Yeah,
listen,
for sure.
Listen, I just sat there, took the L, didn't say a whole lot
I
about
would
it.
have had to walk out. I couldn't watch a whole room full of people eating.
cool
Nah.
because I knew what our next move. Our next move was to go over to 14th Street, and I knew Chicken and Whiskey was there, so I knew
Yeah.
I could just get. You know what I'm saying? Like
Chicken and whiskey ain't fucking with Popeyes, dog.
it's a different experience. It's a different experience, bro.
Not
Like,
the same, yeah.
Listen, Silent Tom is giving you guys the gospel in the chat right now.
I
If
see
you-
it.
He
I
is. I
see
see
it.
it.
You know what I mean?
I see it.
But
I mean, listen,
make it
I've been
work.
there. I've been there, Rome. I've. It's been Ramadan, and I've been fasting, and people around me are eating. So I've been.
That's why you be doing them late night runs to Yums.
there. It is true.
He be
The
like,
sun is down.
sundown, I'm out.
It's true.
episode
For sure.
97, man. What's the podcast? Shout out to Baltimore, Pittsburgh, everybody in there.
And Popeyes.
Shout out to Popeyes.
Popeyes. Shout out to Happy Birthday, Mac Miller. It's going down. Make
Yes,
sure you're
rest
following
in
us
peace,
on
Mac
YouTube.
Miller.
Yeah, no doubt. So I mean, obviously, we're still here. We're coming up on a year almost of the pandemic, and you know, there's been a lot of conversation about sort of like, especially in the DJ circle, how has the pandemic affected a lot of DJs? Because some DJs feel like, yo, I needed the break. I was too busy. Some DJs feel like I was not doing enough, and now I'm able to sort of like explore new interests that I have. And you know what I'm saying? It was one of those things where, you know, we here at What's a Podcast are gonna I'll step up to the plate first and share that. The pandemic for me has been more of like a steadying of the ship. I've learned a lot, but I've also had some days where I watch like Avengers all day. You know what I'm saying? And I just chill. And you know, it's just one of those things that I just wanted to bring it up because there's been a lot of conversation about, you know, we're almost at a full year of really
Yeah.
being in the house.
I mean, it will definitely hit that year mark, too.
For sure.
yeah, in some capacity for sure, right? Because and also the picture came up on my phone recently. I looked through it, and it was March 16th was the last time that I was in the club DJing. But I didn't even DJ.
And
that
you was
night.
wilding that night, too, because
No.
you already knew about COVID March 16th.
I knew about it, but what happened
You
was
already
this-
knew about it March 16th. That was the,
the
that
club.
was the, like,
No, so listen, the club closed, right? 'Cause
Oh,
they say, yo,
man.
we not gonna open because of COVID, right? So then I text little Omar. I'm like, what's popping? He's like, yo, we're over here. So went over
Where
there.
was he over here at?
We're
Where
not
was
gonna
that?
El
we-
Techo.
No. We're not gonna put it out there because it's still open, and you know, cats gotta get back to work. But in the same respect, Silent Tom was DJing. So it was
Okay.
it was
Okay,
me,
I know what
Silent
it
Tom,
is.
and Omar, and you know, we went crazy, and then that was literally almost a year ago.
Was that somebody's wedding? Wasn't there a wedding there, too?
Yes.
Okay. So that was, yeah, okay.
You know what I mean? So it's crazy to me that we're literally
That
10
was a year ago.
10 months or what? 10 months because today's the 19th.
Yeah,
So
I think I went into lockdown first week of March.
I think you
Yeah.
did. Yeah, I
Same.
think you did.
Yeah, and I
And
I
we-
had
and we-
go
No,
ahead.
go ahead. No, I was just saying we thought this was going to be like 2 months.
Right, right.
I don't know. Yeah.
We thought that we
We were
I was like,
hoping.
oh, they're-
We were hoping it's going to be 2 months.
I was like, oh, they're not going to lose July 4th. That'd be crazy. July 4th on a Saturday. Came
Yeah.
and went.
And then
They're not
and then,
gonna
like,
lose.
New Year's.
Then I was like, they're not going to lose Halloween. Halloween's on a Saturday. Like
Yeah.
you can't. Halloween came and went. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
kids were getting candy out of like tubes from people's mailboxes around.
They weren't. They weren't.
No, they were. They still were trying to trick
They
or
were.
treat.
They were like the old bank shit. Where you're like,
I saw somebody with like PVC piping. They had angled PVC piping from their roof
From the
I mean,
upstairs,
from their
the window
upstairs,
upstairs.
like,
dropping that shit out the
dropping
window.
candy. Brrr, you know what I'm
That's
saying? Like,
hilarious.
I saw it and I was like,
yeah, but then you get home and you won't let your kid eat it anyways. You're like, let me wipe all that shit down with alcohol.
yeah, at this
and,
point,
like,
yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying? And then now we celebrated New Year's, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's all inside.
Yeah.
And you know, we're now going to do this inauguration. I guess they're still going to have some sort of real life, but it should be virtual 100%, but whatever. You know?
I mean, I think that it's going to be like 100% virtual, aside from like them being there.
Also, I think everybody that's there has probably been getting tested repeatedly for like the last week, right? So they have like rapid result like tests right on deck. So
Yeah, but
before
then
you even,
what happens if somebody tests positive? Then it's like,
oh, you got to get the fuck out.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure that test is not going to be their first test. Like I think they've been doing it for like the last few days, enough times where they can kind of figure out between the two times that the tests happen.
Yeah, who'd you
they'll
see?
know exactly who you saw and who you came
Yeah.
in contact with.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about like we're at like right here, and the government is obviously operating at a much higher level. And as far as
Yeah, I mean, they get tested every single day.
yeah, maybe even more than once a day. Like
Yeah.
who the fuck knows? Like that's not far fetched for them to be like, yo, you're gonna get tested 3 times a day.
There is like a rapid results like testing place in Georgetown. You can go get tested if you want. You gotta pay, but there's
Yeah,
a spot like
and
right on M Street.
listen, they got all that shit, man. They're probably doing that all that testing and all that stuff. You know, over and over and over again. So shout out to a friend of the show. I don't even know if we can say her name, but it's actually a friend of a friend. Janella's friend is you know, working for Kamala Harris and her administration. I don't think I'm allowed to say what she's doing for her, but shout out to her, man. I think that's amazing. And
Yeah, that's
and
my wife's homegirls too. Yeah,
congratulations to her. So that's
yeah, she
tight.
came up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
doubt. So we didn't really do too much sneaker talk last week, but I see here in our list of comments that we are ready to make up for that in a
Listen.
grand fashion. There seems to be a Sotheby's auction on sneakers going right now.
Abdul, what you
what
bidding
is-
on? What you
Yeah.
bidding on?
I'm not fucking with it, man. It looks like this is I'm up the group so check it out. It's a bunch of overpriced stuff that is being sold by y'all remember the Shoeseum?
Yep.
Shoeseum
No.
is a guy who is known for having a pretty large sneaker collection. I mean, he has like a real collection. Like nothing
He has like
is
a
for
warehouse,
Yeah, it's nothing for him to wear. It's just a bunch of super rare and old kicks, and he has everything curated with like, you know what I'm saying, like for example, Penny Hardaway toys surrounding like the first pennies and things like that. So, yeah, I think this is a whole bunch of his stuff that he's selling.
Abdul, put it in the chat here so we can look at it.
Yeah,
It's in
I
the
don't
chat.
know.
Nah,
I-
in the StreamYard chat.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to just copy and actually, you guys just talk while I try to type it in there.
I think he's
don't
his-
don't even trip off of it. I got it pulled up.
I sent
right
it.
here.
I sent it in the. Just hit it on your phone.
So none of the, I mean, listen, people, if you're at home, the let's see, there's the What the Dunks, there's the
For
Piet
15,000.
there's the Piet Mondrians, which I always thought were super dope.
I just sold 2 pairs of those. I had like 5 pairs.
You got size 11?
Nah, man, I had them, and
Oh,
you know
you
the
whack.
sizes I even had actually don't even fit me anymore. I had like an 8.5, which is way too small for me now. But I made good bread off it though.
them 8.5 pairs still fit you though.
Yeah, definitely.
We still
Definitely.
get it. I get in those.
But you know,
so-
it's also because I've been wearing those for a long time.
Yeah, they
and
molded to your foot.
Also, that mold in 2003 was a lot different than the mold that was around 2007, 2008 when the Piet Mondrians came out. So, I think sizing it started to change. But
Some of these prices are crazy though, man.
some of these prices are crazy. Like,
Most of the prices are crazy.
yeah,
Let's be honest.
yeah. But I mean, it's crazy now that a place like Sotheby's is auctioning off sneakers. I see a pair of Nike Moon shoes going for $150,000.
The fuck out of here.
Oh man, he has my size in the orange flash SBs. Oh my goodness.
How much does he want for them?
1,500?
Oh, you want me to call him? I'm gonna call him and be like, he needs to drop that like 700.
Yeah, for sure. Do that. I had the pair back in the day. I got them from Richmond. Richmond had that skate shop that nobody wanted.
Yes,
Oh,
nobody used to go to. What was the
what was it
name of that
called?
place, man?
It wasn't Plan 9. It was 'cause Planet 9 was the record store, but it was right there in Carytown. And man, I got every SB you could imagine from there. From
Listen.
the first and second series.
And that was the smart thing to do when it was time to camp out for sneakers. Like everybody used to rush to major cities. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody wanted to go to Philly to Nocturnal or even Elite, like had a lot of people because of the area around us. Everybody was into sneakers. So Elite used to be kind of crazy, right?
yeah.
The cheat code really was to go to that spot in Richmond or shoot up to my spot in Delaware, Connecticut, where there was nobody waiting.
Wasn't there a place out in Waldorf though too?
Yeah, but that was
You talking about Pit Crew?
Pit Crew was in
that's
Frederick.
Frederick.
Yep.
And actually the spot in Waldorf I just saw is a new skate shop that's open up online. It showed up as an ad on Instagram for me, and it has the same shop name. And I remember seeing, what the fuck? Like, they're back, but it was some other shop. They just happened to have the same name. I don't recall the name of that spot in Waldorf, but yeah, that was a spot that I know kids like Sneakerman Dan and Jay Promo and Wale and all them. That was their spot right there.
In Delaware?
Nah, the Waldorf
Oh,
spot.
the Waldorf.
Yeah. But yeah, what the fuck is the name of the joint in Richmond, man? I caught a lot of good joints out there, but definitely Connecticut in Delaware was my sleeper joint, man. I went up there and I got the Dooms up there, Dinosaur Juniors, and a bunch of shit. So it was just stay away from the major cities, man. Everybody wanted to go into the big spots. Like Nocturnal used to have lines for days, but I could go to fucking Connecticut, which was 30 minutes away from Philly, and just walk up there, like be there like right when I left Dream at 3:30 in the morning. I would just shoot straight up from the club, straight
like
to Connecticut.
nobody was out there.
There was nobody out there. I pulled up my chair and I'm good. Took
You
a
the
nap.
only one out there?
But I think the first people started rolling in around 7.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. Shout out to small sneaker stores in small cities.
I gotta find this the name of the spot in Richmond, man.
It's right on the tip of my tongue too. I just can't fucking remember it.
The skaters disliked Nike, and they would sell me every sneaker for $70.
I love it.
I didn't complain. I didn't say a word. I got Sharks, Flash Loadens, Jedis, all that stuff.
That's
$70.
when Rome was whipping too.
Yeah.
I was whipping. It was '02, so like, you know what I mean. It was easy to shoot up there after class, and then I could come back. It was 1 or 2 kids at Hampton that knew the deal, and I was selling. Matter of fact, I was selling shoes to dudes from DC, and I would charge them 4 or 5 times what I was getting. And looking back, and I'm just like, man, if I'd held on to that stuff, but nevertheless, you live and you learn.
Was there any shops in Hampton or
No, you had to go to Virginia
skate
Beach.
shops? Virginia Beach.
Virginia Beach had a bunch of spots. They were getting Heinekens, all that stuff. So like, I still have the Brazil FCs.
Oh,
I got
yeah.
them from back then.
those
I love
FCs
that
were
shoe.
Fire.
Yeah,
FCs were fire, man.
So
Hell yeah.
you know what I'm saying, all that Virginia was a slept on opportunity because people just weren't hip to that kind of stuff.
They're wearing
until
Genius.
until Pharrell kind of started to like get out there a little bit more, and it was the one that just like.
And shout out to Greedy Genius too. My man Mick is the one who started that.
Hell yeah.
That brand. And shout out to him as well. Yeah.
Jerome stupid as shit.
Nah, that's our guy.
Listen, man, shout out to the homies in, I believe it's Amsterdam. Pata has the Pata times New Balance 991 dropping.
Have y'all seen it?
Nah.
It's fire. I'm about to put that shit in the
I've seen
group
it.
chat.
I've seen it. It's a good looking
Right
shoe,
now.
man.
Amazing. 20-year anniversary of the
they like-
991.
They're all right.
I like it. I love
typically,
that colorway.
I typically like regular New Balance. I typically don't like collabs with New Balance. Just like give me the plain Jane.
I mean, the
gray or
inline
the
shit.
blue.
Yeah. No, you're right.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
Like the collabs, I haven't really been impressed. People get too crazy, and I don't want like rainbows all over my New Balance. I want them gray. I want them black. I
Also,
want
this
'em
shoe
blue.
doesn't have rainbow all over the New
I know.
Balance.
Nah,
We're
it
just
doesn't.
Eddie's just saying that.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
one doesn't. This is
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
like really, really muted. But I don't know if I like my New Balance
Over the top.
or just that color. Like I'm more basic. Like give me gray, give me blue, give me black. Call it a day.
Yo, I went to Shoe City yesterday and DTLR, and they got a bunch of like GR inline New Balances on the
On
shelves that are, well, no, they're not on sale, but dope colorways like new joints, 992s, and like in yellow and black, like, but
Yeah, they
done
got the
well.
neon,
Not
neon ones.
yeah, it's not like the taxi cab colorway. It's
Yeah.
like another yellow, and it's done really nice with a mixture of black and gray on it.
Yeah.
It's fire. But this Pata New Balance might
I
be
mean,
the
it's
best New
nice.
Balance I've seen this year, man. I really
nice.
like it. So, shout out to my Pata people up there, my man Edson. I had to hit him up and be like, "Yo, hold the kid down, bro." So
I love 991s, but
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's a great shoe, man. It's coming out I believe January 22nd. So I think it's only dropping at Pada, and then it goes out to like 2 or 3 other stores. I think Concepts, Beams, and one other store are getting them like a week or 2 later, but that's it. So shoot your shot at Pada, see what happens. You know what I mean?
No doubt, no doubt. One of the big sort of, and this is episode 97, Once a Podcast. This is another DC moment, but one of the big moments, sneaker and retail wise, this week was the release of the Nike Supreme Goa Dome, aka
The Nike boots.
DC, aka the Nike boots, right?
Yeah.
In a snake skin, I believe it was a red colorway and a black colorway.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I believe that people were just really. I feel like the DC community wasn't like too mad at these. You know what I'm saying? There were some little snarky comments I saw, but for the most part, they understood that Supreme just gets their hands on anything and does whatever they want with it. As we patiently wait for these Supreme low top dunks as well.
Right.
Also, isn't like the majority of the Supreme store in New York, like people that work there, all from DC area?
There's a lot.
I think today now it is, yeah.
Yeah,
there's
DC,
a lot.
Maryland, Virginia area, yeah.
Not that they had anything to do with influencing that shoe, but who knows?
I want to say it might be some sort of anniversary of that shoe, man, because I'm
Okay.
starting to see it coming back and making some sort of resurgence. I actually went to Atmos in Georgetown a couple of days ago, and they actually had them in there as well. So I'm starting to see them pop up at shops. It must be. We should look it up actually, but I think it's some sort
I think
of.
it's a 15 or the 20 year.
It's
I wanna say
15 or
something.
20-year anniversary of that shoe, and I would like to state that I think DC really kind of held on to that shoe and made it what it is.
Hell yeah.
Along with a list of other sneakers, whether it's New Balances or foam posits and shit like that. I think the Goa Dome Nike boot was
That's a
another one of
DC
those,
shoe.
man. Definitely. I personally never owned a pair, but it was anywhere and everywhere I could look around. Like
Yeah.
before it started being worn by cafeteria workers and law enforcement
Like cop
and security guards. Before that, I saw it everywhere else as well. So I don't know. I didn't really fuck with the Supreme ones like that. I thought the red was a little bit nasty for that shoe. Like,
Yeah.
who the fuck wants to wear red Goa Dome boots?
Somebody
I
would wear
think
'em.
black is like the
in New
only
York?
color.
Oh my goodness, New York will go crazy with them.
For real? Okay.
A pair of olive camo pants and an
Is New
Averex
York still
jacket.
is New York still doing it like that?
New York is doing
I don't know.
everything like that. It's-
I don't know.
Yeah, New York is still on it. Trust me, they're doing them. And I feel like I remember we had a Scarface colorway of the Gold Dome boots.
Oh,
Oh
man,
my God. That shit was
They-
disgusting.
Eddie, you remember those?
Abdul has the Air Force Ones.
I don't. I do not have the Scarface Air Force Ones.
Them shits-
Yo,
Those shits were
Them-
terrible.
that
half white,
that
half
was
black with the red
Oh
laces.
my
God.
God. Who came up with that idea somewhere?
That shit was
Somebody, we
trash.
got to find that out. I'm
Those
gonna
are
ask
probably
some people.
still sitting in the back of the shop somewhere.
Definitely.
That's terrible.
Those are definitely those are definitely on 14th Street now.
Eddie probably had some Goa Dome boots at some
I definitely
at
had
one
a pair
point.
all black
yeah.
Goa Domes.
Yeah. I think the all black is the way to go, man.
Yeah.
I don't. What year was that Wale came out with the Nike boots
The Nike
song?
boots.
Probably like 06, 07.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he actually had his own Nike boot too.
Yep, he did.
They made one for him. Shout out to my man Isai, who was at Nike at the time and now with Adidas. We might have to talk with Isai at one point, man. He was responsible for a lot of these things happening.
A lot of collabs.
Yeah, over there at Nike and now at Adidas. So Yeah, but that Nike
but-
boot is definitely hands down a DC shoe.
While we're talking about clothes and whatnot, we do need to mention that in the picture, there was a ceremony tonight with Biden and Kamala.
Kamala.
There was a chill. I'm black. Chill. There was something with Miss Harris and Biden.
Yeah.
And it's to be noted that she was wearing a Pierre Moss jacket.
Really?
So there's a lot of people who are very excited
black
that
designers.
She's in a Pierre Moss. It's a mean looking coat to a nice little. That joint looks alright. You know what I'm saying? So, I think there is and just not before we continue to speak about shoes, there is a hope that they bring sort of that Obama energy back to
100%.
to DC. They said that Trump and his team, they didn't go to any restaurants, nothing local. They never pulled up to anything local.
It's going to get back like that because all those Republicans don't have jobs after tomorrow.
Right, but just the fact that I think Michelle Obama pulled up to Pleasant Pops one day, and
No,
it's
Barack Obama pulled up to
was it
Pleasant
Barack?
Pops.
Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah, with his daughters.
I think Michelle pulled up to the block. Did she pull up to Commonwealth? She was somewhere on there. But
Barack definitely pulled up on Small Business Saturdays. That was when, and he even went to the bookstore in Petworth, right next to the post office on Georgia Avenue.
Got you.
Yeah,
But I just know that people have been noting that they're excited that they can bring back some sort of just flavor. You know what I'm saying? Just flavor to the position. You know what I mean?
You also got to think about it. Kamala and Joe have somewhat been residents of D.C. for a long time. I mean, they've both been senators. And so, Trump was an outsider. He was here only for these 4 years. That's it.
Yeah.
So it was not there was mad people would see Joe on the train to Delaware every Friday or
Frequently.
every Sunday.
On a regular basis,
On
yeah.
a
Frequently.
regular basis, man. He
Yeah.
was really outside. So I don't think any of that is going to change. Like I think we are definitely going to. Well, once COVID goes away, we're definitely going to see them out and about. And I mean,
COVID's
you can
about to
feel
go away for you soon.
for both of us. Yeah.
Yes.
So listen, my brother,
out the way.
so listen,
Yeah.
my brother and I were having a conversation, right? And we were saying,
Is he wearing a mask now?
yeah, he's good.
Oh, okay.
We
Shout
were
out
saying
to
that
Killer.
they should do like there's an idea we had. They should do like a week or 2 weeks where they just give everybody the vaccine.
That's what they're trying to do. He said he's giving out. What did he say he was trying to roll out?
100 million.
100 million in 100 days.
That would be phenomenal.
That's what he's trying to do. 100
That's
million
what the
vaccinations
plan
his
is.
first 100 days.
Like if you
Yeah.
can get that, my brother and I were just saying like, yo, if you can just literally find a way to just take a week or 2 weeks
And
and
just
just
get it done.
shut everything down and just get it, and then do it the following month so you get your second one.
Here's
Yeah.
the problem with that. A huge majority of the people, especially people of color, have not really fully committed to trusting the vaccine, and they're not going to take it as of yet. And I kind of get parts of that as well.
But before you go on though, are you
Uh-huh.
saying people of color, or are we saying black people?
No, it's not just
No,
black
I
people.
would say Latinos too.
Yeah, it's not just black people. It is a majority of people of color, bro. Like even when you go for that walk up line at Safeway, like Eddie and I did, where you could just walk up and wait in line and get a vaccine when all the appointments were already filled up. I'm sorry, when all the appointments were already done, you could just walk up to Safeway and get a shot. All those people were all white. Like there was not once. I was the only person of color, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Did we talk about DC and the appointment? Did we talk about that last week or no?
I
I don't know. I don't know if we talked
Okay,
about
so-
it.
think we touched on it a little bit.
So
I
basically,
think we said that we got vaccines. We
Yeah.
got the first
so
dose.
DC
especially.
DC releases about 1,400 appointments every couple days.
Yeah.
And what they were saying is that there's a huge disparity in who's signing up for the appointments. Like all the
And
appointments
who's showing up?
All the appointments are being taken up by people that live in Ward 3.
Okay.
So
Which is a
low-
predominantly white crowd. That's
and
a
like
that's a white side of town. Super rich. Yeah.
Super rich. Right. That's just on the other side of the.
But
of
dummy,
the-
you
of
still
the-
Yeah,
have to.
it's
you
like
still have to
Tenleytown
sign
and all
up
that.
for it, though, right?
Right, but they're just saying that they're saying they're like they can track your internet use now. So they're saying there's
Yeah.
people in Ward 7 and 8 aren't even signing up for the
Yeah.
program. Like it's the
No.
lowest. It's the lowest amount of sign
Why
ups
do
for
you,
the
why do
program.
you think that is?
Because black people obviously don't trust vaccination.
They don't trust They don't trust this vaccination.
Yeah, the Well, no, I think vaccinations. I think because of Tuskegee,
Well-
right, the Tuskegee experiment just sowed significant doubt in the minds of black people, and ever since then,
Yes.
when you're treated as a human guinea pig.
Yes.
That was when you look. That wasn't that long ago. That was our
No.
grandfather. That
Yeah.
was my mother. Really, you know what I'm saying? So you have a lot of people who are just like, you know what, I'm good on it. Now, what my brother and I were saying that is, what you're also going to start seeing is there's going to be requirements to get into certain places, and if you have or don't have your vaccine, you won't be able to get in. Or if you want to get in, you're going to have to pay for like a rapid test. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
Because they're already saying that they were trying to tie international travel to having a vaccine. Coming to America, you needed to be vaccinated. That
I
was
mean, I
something
like that.
I mean, I feel
like
like
that.
all countries are going to do that. You know.
Okay. So now it's going to say, well, what happens if Ticketmaster already said you're going to need a vaccine to come to a show, right? Now, if you get sports teams involved, if you get Vegas, if you get certain fractions of American entertainment, tell you
Everybody
that you
gonna
need-
do it.
Watch them do it immediately.
Yeah.
Or
You
if
know
you
what I'm
or if you talk about giving that 1,500,
Anything tied to it.
I'll get it again. You want-
Listen,
No, my point about the vaccinations, and yes, you're completely right about black people not trusting vaccination because of what happened with the Tuskegee experiment and things like that. It's fucked up that black people have been used as guinea pigs for those sort of experiments. But I was saying, as vaccinations today, I mean, you can see newborns get vaccinations all the time. Leading up to schools, you need a vaccine to get into school.
Yeah.
And those vaccinations are okay on the spectrum of vaccinations, even when it comes to us, people of color. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We're okay with getting that. But this particular vaccination is just not trusted at all for several reasons, I think. I think we believe that it was just too fast.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a lot of counter arguments to that. Like, everybody came together and pooled all their resources together.
Right.
There was unlimited amount of funding to really come up with something really fast and speed it through testing, things like that. So listen, I believe in science, and I'm all for going with what science says is the right thing to do. But I also understand that black people have a hesitation when it comes to trusting the government for several reasons, because there are times I don't trust the government for a lot of different reasons. So
most of the time.
most of the time. So
Yeah.
listen, I mean,
I just think that everybody needs to do what works best for them, and
Yeah.
everybody knows your own situation and do what works best for you. So,
yeah, no, I think
but Jerome's right. If they're going to require it to people to go to concerts and to go like to different countries and travel and sporting events, people will get it. I mean, like,
yeah. I mean, the way it happened here in D.C. is, and I got a little bit more information on it too, because, as we went and got our shots, and I went back, and my wife went back, and my father-in-law went back, my sister-in-law, and people like that.
they all got it done.
Yeah, everybody got it done. Like
That's
the
dope.
same way, you just go
Yeah.
in there and wait in line, and
There's
the
enough
line
for everybody.
the lines got longer though. You and I were like the first
Yeah.
wave of getting through, like without really having to wait long.
Yeah.
I think now the lines are getting longer and longer, but it's still possible. Like my father-in-law was moved to the front of the line because 65 and over. And he just got his yesterday. So my only worry now, Eddie, is, if they're going to start trying to get 100 million people vaccinated within like whatever frame of time that they have,
100
what does
days.
that mean? 100 days. What does that mean for our second shot? Like,
I mean, I think that your second shot has to already be like allocated for it. Like, you have to have it. You
Yeah,
have
so-
to, because there's no point in giving you the first one if they're not going to give you the second one. So they have to. They
Yeah.
have to give you the second.
yeah, I mean, I
don't
hope
think-
so.
Yeah,
I
don't
hope
think it's
so.
a problem. I don't think it's a problem
Okay.
for you guys getting the second shot.
Yeah, I don't think.
you
I
guys
mean,
can get it.
I'm already. I mean, we're already scheduled. Like, the beauty of it is, no matter how you get your first one,
Yeah.
after you get your first one, you will be like scheduled for your second one.
I hope so. I hope we are confirmed
Yeah.
and they have
I mean,
like
you s-
our
did you s-
dosage put to the side for
Yeah.
that second shot.
Yeah.
Listen, it's all good. I think you guys will be fine.
We're still
Abdul-
wearing masks though.
Yeah, no doubt. Abdul, can you tell us what you're watching on TV?
Ooh.
Man, I'm still watching Damages on Hulu. I've talked about it for the last few weeks, actually. I'm now on season 4, which is the last season, episode 4. Man, I'm begging y'all to please go watch this show, man. If you like suspense and you enjoy good writing and good acting, check out Damages on Hulu. All 4 seasons are on there, and this is actually an old show, man. I think the first season aired in 2007 or 2008,
Wow.
and it only went on for four seasons. So check it out. Really, really good. But really, the highlight of the shows that I watched in the last week was the Tiger Woods doc. Man, I know we talked about it a little bit. Episode 1 last week. I think I brought it up. And listen, episode 2 came out, and that shit, they went all the way in, man. I mean, they talked about Tiger's affairs and shit like that, and
Drug abuse.
drug abuse, hanging out with Michael Jordan and Barkley in Vegas, banging whores. Like they really got
having
into
them
their
delivered, like having 10 girls delivered to his hotel room.
they really got in their white boy bag out in Vegas.
They
dog.
fucked him up, man. They fucked him up.
They said Tiger is a really, really, apparently used to be a really shy dude and socially awkward. And
Yeah.
he's in Vegas with Mike, and he's like, Mike, what do I say to these girls? And Michael Jordan,
Just tell him you're fucking Tiger Woods.
just tell him you're fucking Tiger Woods, and that's it. And he was like, all right, and that's all it took, man.
Yeah.
But Tiger really,
He was wilding.
he was wilding, but
He was wilding.
none of the bras that he was fucking with were like quality chicks, though.
I
Like, you
mean-
notice that they were all like white,
I mean,
trashy
they
girls.
They were all along the same lines of each other, you know? Again, that's what he likes.
I mean, like the shorty working at the restaurant. Like, come
Oh, yeah,
on,
that was
not even on an
ridiculous.
off day would
Yeah, that was
like
ridiculous.
any of us look at that.
Not even.
Except
You
for
would've
maybe
never-
Silent Tom.
You would have never even noticed her.
I'm just kidding. Silent Tom's happily married. Or Jerome. Jerome's single. He can go in any direction.
Jerome might have
today.
knocked it down, but he would.
Yeah. Yeah,
He would-
but Shorty at the restaurant was terrible. Working, and it was a restaurant he went to almost every week with his family.
And who's the joint that like they really outed?
Shorty working at the club at like Griffin in New York.
Yeah,
She was the hostess at Griffin.
exactly. She looks scary, dog.
Today she looks scary. She
looks
actually,
scary.
out of
She
all the
was
back,
actually- yeah.
yeah, she got a lot of work done recently, and now she looks horrible.
Yeah.
You know who I did not like was Tiger's girlfriend from high school. She
She
was
looked
just
crazy, right?
She was just so thirsty, and
You could tell everybody was trying to get that bag though. Like,
everybody
nobody-
was, and even his friend, the shorty who looked like Miss Piggy, who was like Tiger's friend, and then he just stopped calling her and talking to her, and she was whack. Like,
Yeah.
but Tiger's dad was off the chain too, though. Like,
I mean, yeah. He ended up like
yeah,
the apple
so,
doesn't fall far from the tree, man.
Hey,
You start
listen.
You see what
Yeah, if you have not seen this Tiger Woods documentary, man, I think
Yeah.
you should go check that out. And please excuse Tiger for his choice in women. You would think that somebody like him could have, and they were all white. Did I already say that? He didn't fuck with any chicks of
That's
color.
all. Yeah, that's what he likes.
It makes
Yeah.
sense. It
Yeah.
makes sense. That was his world. I mean, golf. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes sense.
Yeah, but if you're stepping in golf, like you
Yeah, but
come
his
there with a
mom-
whole different. Yeah,
His dad didn't like women of color either. You know.
that's true. That's
So,
true. His
if you're not a-
dad didn't either.
you're
Yeah,
not-
So
if
he
you're
was
around,
he
man.
was just primed
yeah.
to only deal with, you know what I'm saying, white women, which is his
With
choice.
pilgrims.
Perfectly fine. Yeah,
Okay.
pilgrims,
and they
for
they
sure.
fucked with him.
Yeah, listen, they
Tiger,
loved
I
it.
mean, Tiger Woods, yo.
There you
Like, that
go.
was his
Yeah.
Tiger
claim to
Woo.
fame. That was
Tiger
that was-
Woo.
Might have
Yeah.
to edit that out, but okay. But
Listen, what else is on? This Is Us is back on NBC. Another great show. I think they just started back up a couple of weeks ago. So, yeah, man, Your Honor is still intense on Showtime. Lots happening there. This past episode
I
that
can't
came
fuck
on
with
yesterday.
that, man. I can't fuck with it.
Yo, it's
I
getting
can't.
intense.
I don't.
But
I don't. I don't like. I don't like the acting. I don't like the way it's shot. It's like really dark and like.
I like it.
Just all the like the cinematography. I just can't get with it, man. I tried. I watched
Yeah.
about I think like 6 or 7, and I couldn't get through it.
Nah, I mean, I get it. I think.
But
I
like,
like
you're
it
like
though.
you're like a, you're pretty avid. At,
I like
watching
it. You know
shows.
what I don't like about Bryan Cranston, who's playing the judge, who's the main character in the show, is his character is very similar to Breaking Bad. You know what I'm saying? It's always something going wrong in his life, and then he struggles to try to fix it, and it's just the same story.
And he
but
stays fucking up too. At
Yeah,
first, I thought he was a good dude.
like it's constant little fuck ups that are so amateur hour that
Yeah.
I just don't understand. Like, there's something going on with his dog, and one lie just gets into bigger and roller
Exactly.
coasters. And there's moments when I feel like he could stop the lie from getting spread and getting any bigger, and he doesn't. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
So there are things like that throughout the show that I don't like, but for the most part, great episode, great show, great episode last night. But yeah, that's about it. That's all.
Well, I mean,
I
TV.
got, man.
We'll see what happens, man. TV is TV.
TV's the greatest pastime of my life, man. I love fucking TV, dog. I wish I could have a job where I just had to watch TV for a living.
It's out there. I'm sure if you do some
somebody needs
research,
to
it's
sign
out
me
there,
up.
for sure. We'll get them to listen to this episode of the podcast.
Yeah.
Listen, musically, I haven't been listening to nothing really. I just been music to DJ, which has been cool. Like I said, Chef Lindo put his album out. He got some new stuff on the way. He's been killing it. It's my guy. Other than that, though, nothing really too crazy new on the music front. I mean, yeah, nothing. No, I'm looking at my Serato now.
Shout out to Sarah Thomas, who will become the first woman to officiate the this year's Super Bowl.
Shout out to
Amazing, another great achievement for women. Does that mean that there's been female NFL refs in the past, and
Yes.
this is just the first time it's happening in a Super Bowl?
Yes, there have been
Right?
women.
Okay.
There have been women, female refs in the game currently. But when you get to the NFL, it's just like a
Not the
point
Super
system,
Bowl,
I
yeah.
believe. Yeah,
Yeah.
so they get the Super Bowl. But I mean, listen, man, equality and diversity is going to be buzzwords for the year. It's just about following up on the action, and it's great to see the NFL taking this step. But at the end of the day, Kaepernick still don't got a job as a NFL quarterback, and until that wrong is righted. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You think
the
Kaepernick
NFL
should come back at this point? I think at this point he should give middle fingers to the fucking NFL, man.
Nah,
Fuck
he
them.
needs to come back because everything they do is a hollow gesture until he gets his job back, in my opinion.
I don't think he should come back.
Offer him the job at least. Let him make up his own mind.
There's absolutely no reason that he shouldn't. With some of the dudes that are playing football now, there's no reason he shouldn't.
How
be
old
getting
is he now? Like
30, 34?
that's kind of up there for a quarterback, right?
No,
Like
quarterback,
I don't know
top-
much about
No. 34
American
is your
football, but
34.
34. He should be like peaking right there.
It's your prime. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Brady's
but
43.
he's been out of the game for
Tom Brady is
6
also
years,
in
5
Tampa
years.
Bay now too.
Yeah,
Are-
but Tom Brady is playing to go to the Super Bowl next week, right? So you know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, I thought they lost. No,
No, they play the Packers this week
Yeah.
to see who represents the
Okay.
NFC. But nevertheless, in my opinion, Kaepernick's skill set is still there, and you know what I'm saying, he deserves another opportunity to play. His off the field antics should not have gotten him this far. And everything, it's like when you see Mitch McConnell post, happy birthday MLK. It's
Yeah.
like, bro, everything
Fuck you,
you
Mitch.
do is against it, right? Or
Fuck you, Mitch McConnell.
McConnell will post happy birthday or rest in peace John Lewis, and it's like
Right.
you have the Voting Rights Act sitting right there, you
Yeah.
know. So in my opinion, that's just my opinion. I mean, it is what it is.
no,
but
I'm saying we don't know if Kaepernick even wants to come back at this point. Like
everything points to him still wanting to come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interviews, everything still points to him wanting to come back. So
The Washington football team is out, right? We're out. Season's
Yeah,
over.
They're out.
We
Yeah,
out.
Season's over. They lost to Tampa Bay.
Who's going? Oh, they lost to. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they
All
lost
right.
to Brady and them this past Saturday, I think.
Yep.
Who you got for the Super Bowl, Rome?
I have no idea. I don't. That's just a day to eat chicken wings.
Of which you won't be partaking in.
I'll bake them.
Okay.
You should get an air fryer before that.
But it's air fry. I don't even want to. Like,
Yeah,
you
but
know
it's
what I'm saying?
air fried with like almost no oil, right? You don't
going-
use oil, so
I'm going to bake them. You know
All
what
right.
I'm saying? Like I'm gonna get. It's going to be a thing. You know what I mean? Like let's get it cracking.
No, fuck
Yeah.
that. I would eat something else.
yeah.
I mean, I enjoy my wings baked in general, though.
I feel you. I
You know
feel
what I'm
you.
saying?
You can't dip them in ranch dressing, then though.
That's cool. I
Hot
can only
sauce.
eat a certain. There's only a certain hot sauce I can eat. I can't
Which-
even do buffalo wing sauce. It
What
has to
hot
be
sauce can you eat?
The Frank's hot.
That's the only
Oh,
hot sauce you can
It's
eat.
the only one. Yeah.
Why? That's your
Because-
preference?
No,
Or-
because if you look
That's
at the
not even.
list,
That's not even like on the hot sauce list right there.
that
if you
shit
look
is
at-
terrible.
but if you look at the ingredient list, it's all like there's no sugar, there's no added like anything. There's like 7 ingredients to it.
Oh, I'll give you my hot sauce. We don't put any sugar in it.
Let me see the ingredient list and we'll go from there.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? I just
no
wanna make
sugar.
Sure that
Yeah.
I want
I
to
know
make sure
that.
that I'm with the program. You know? I'm
Yeah.
over here.
All organic, homegrown. That's coming for another episode. We're gonna talk about that when the time is right.
It's all good. The What's a Podcast episode 97 has been fantastic. Shout out to my guy Don't Charge Abdul.
Yes, sir.
My man
New
always
beginnings. New beginnings.
My man always available. Hashtag Streetwear Eddie.
Yep.
I am DJ Jerome Bacon III. Make sure you listen to us on all platforms. What's a podcast.live and YouTube. And we're out. Peace.
Peace.
Is it pronounced Pyre Moss or Pierre Moss? Did we say it
I
right?
think it's Pierre.
I think it's Pierre.
It's spelled Pyre, but I think it's Pierre.